Well, hey family, this is Darlene. I am getting ready to work on some agate slice necklaces, so I figure I would turn the camera on and at least work on the wrapping part of it and maybe string a couple of them. Simple, quick necklaces. I got a request for 6 agate necklaces, so I am going to get these babies up and running. And I'm going to take my wire, of course, it's 16, let me see, 16 gauge gold tone tarnish resistant wire. And I bought the agates slices that have holes already in them. You can kind of see right here. Usually I buy them without the hole, only because I can make them look more like what I want them to look like. But this time I said I'll go ahead and try them with the holes and then see, how they would turn out. So I'm going to take it and thread the agate slice with the 16 gauge wire. I'm not going to be doing any wrapping around the agate. I'm basically going to do all the wrapping up here at the top. So I'm basically just going to take it and I put the wire on. So I'm going to just wrap it around a couple of times, not too tight because the wire can break. So I'm going to do a couple of twists like that. And then I might do a couple more because I'm going to, okay, yeah, like so. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I'm going to take it, the wire, put my fingers here, and I'm going to turn it, bend the wire like that. And then I'm going to begin to wrap the wire around. Try to give it some type of personality with the double wire like I got it. And then bring it up and wrap and wrap. And you can see it's already sturdy. And the way that it'll hang, you can have, and I can hang something from like maybe a charm from here, but I would need to leave a little space, kind of like a little gap right here for a jump ring to go through. And I might be able to do that. Let me see. Let me try this wire. So then that way it has something hanging. Or I might even be able to just do the wire one more time around here. And then let's do this. Have it loose enough. Okay, then let's take it up. Because there's something about what that wire does, right? Just pretty like that. And I might just have it just hanging. The wire is really pretty. I mean, the agate slice is really pretty. So then I'm going to take the wire here and I'm going to clip it, because what I'm going to do is bend the ends inside. So I'll show you. I'm going to go ahead and clip. And then I'm going to take my round nose pliers. I'm going to turn both of the ends inward like so. So it's basically like you're doing, a hoop on the wire. So I can tuck it inside like that. Just want to make sure that is. Take these. And then just push it in as far down as you can get it and tuck it. So then that way we have our little bevel, I think that's what it's called. And we have this little part. And then we basically have our agate slice on wire now. So now what I can do is I can take this and I can literally thread it. And you guys already know how I am. I'm so extreme with things. I like to add, because I'm already seeing some charms, you know, kind of hanging down. I see some wire on here. Um, but I think I'm going to do it just this way, just kind of simple. And then I'm going to take some wire, because I'm going to go ahead and thread it. So I'm going to take a nice amount of wire. I know I need to do measurements, and I keep telling myself that. It's like, if you don't do the measurements, girl, at some point I am. And maybe I do that so people can kind of guess, figure it out for yourself. However long you want it to be is however long you want it to be. So you just kind of figure it out on your own. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, go ahead and clip, and then let's make sure the wire is even. And it basically is. So I usually will curl it at the end down here. And the reason why I do that is because I will put the pendant on the wire. So we put the pendant on the wire. Kind of bend that up. And you can already see the personality that's forming, you know, just for this piece. And all we have is an agate slice wrapped with gold tone wire, 16 gauge wire. And it already has a little bit of personality. So what I want to do, I like to, I'll probably use my coconut pieces. Only because I like to have something flat against here. I really don't like all that space between there like that. So that's one reason why you'll always see me use these coconut chips. I'll either use the coconut chips or I will use these wood beads. And in fact, I want to see what it looks like with the wood beads. So let's do this. We'll go ahead and bead that side. And then we'll put one on the other side. And then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so. And then that gives you an idea of what it's going to look like already. But I don't like the way that looks. So I'm going to take these off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the coconut chip because it's flatter. And it'll probably do what it is that I want it to do. So let's do that. And it does. So you can see the difference. When I use the coconut chips, it folds against that wire. And I just kind of like that. I don't like all that space, you know, that you see. So if we do that, I want to use a couple of these big beads, the big wood beads that I usually use for men necklaces. But I'm doing something nice and bold for these people. So if I do this like this, right, you can kind of see what the coconut shells do. And then pull it out these beads right here, but I'm not sure. I don't think, well, maybe. Let's try. I'm going to try these because I pulled these out to use. So let's see what we get. And it's just a matter of beading. It's like, for me, as I'm making it, there's many times I can see what the piece is already going to look like by the time I finish with it. So this is like really simple. like what they want. They basically just want kind of like earth tones. They don't want a lot of like gold and silver. They were saying just like browns and greens and just colors like this. Nothing really goldish and stuff because it's their clientele. So they're giving these as gifts to a couple of their clients. So they was like, can you just make us some of the agate slice necklaces? That's all we need. Nice and simple. Nothing too, nothing too fancy. Just something nice and classy, that they can wear and, with beads and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's simple enough. So I think what I'm going to do is use, how about we put a couple of these brown ones on here? And then we'll just do, and these are all for women. They're women clients, female clients, not for men. And then she was saying they're very Afrocentric. They wear a lot of African ethnic clothing and different things like that. So that's why they were saying if you can just kind of stick with, like browns and earth tones and things like that. I'm like, yeah, cool. I got you. So I think that looks really nice so far. And I could see some more coconut shells easily on here because they are brown. And I can also see some more of these brown beads that I was using. I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe. And, I know you guys are creating because I've been on the, where's my hole at? I've been on the Facebook page, but I really haven't been on the Facebook page, like really on the Facebook page. I kind of buzz in and then buzz out, and I'll post sometime on my personal page. Only because I'm doing things outside of the jewelry. So I will like get dings and stuff because of, people posting, or they might mention me or, tag me in something, and I'll look at it real quick and then I have to buzz off and that kind of stuff. But I'm slowly but surely getting back into my regular routine of, like creating and doing stuff and working on different things for the jewelry. When life comes and life demands your attention, and and that's okay. It is what it is. Life is what life is, and that's why I always say when it's best to live your life the best that you can. And I don't know if some of you are my friends on the Facebook page, on my personal page, and if you notice, at the end of just about every post, I will say something like it's make all your days for the history books. And the reason why I say that is because at the end of our lives, we all get what's called an obituary. And generally in that obituary, our loved ones will put in there what they believe to be the best parts of our lives. If we graduated college, if we got married, if we have businesses, like all those type of things. And that's one reason why I will always say, make all your days for the history books. And if you don't live a life that is worthy of talking about, when you die and beyond, like where you create these memories, like, man, he or she was always doing good by people. He or she was always 1, 2, 3, and 4. He or she was always, just an example of what goodness is and should look like in a person. Not only just look like, but exhibit it, in action. So for me, I do my best to try to live my life, to the best of my ability. Am I perfect? Absolutely. Y'all already know that I'm not. I have my days just just like everybody else, but we do the best that we can, you know, to live a life that is worthy of being not necessarily talked about, but appreciated, you know, by those that we do good to and for. So, you know, and of course, as Christians, you know, we are asked to be charitable, you know, to all people, to our neighbors and those, you know, who are in need. So I try to do the best that I can, you know, with the life that I got. And as you know, we don't never know when our appointment or our time, you know, is nigh. So I think this is really nice. I think it's really simple. I think it's really easy. I think it's something that she will absolutely adore for her people. And when I'm looking at it, it literally gives me, it literally looks like what she asked for. It's simple. It seems to be ethnic in a sense. And if you look at it, it's almost like unisex. So it could be men or women, you know, who wear this piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, finish beating it all up. And then at the end of it, I'm going to put, I'll close off the ends. There's another video. I'll put that video up there somewhere where you can see how I finish it off. Because what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to go ahead and create the whole 6. But I'm not going to finish the ends. I'm going to just go ahead and create them and then backtrack myself and put the what's those things, lobster clasp on all of them. So what I'll do, and anytime I'm doing that, like making more than one, it might be like 6, 7, 8 of them at a time. That's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and make them, and then I'll backtrack and then put the jump rings and the lobster clasp on them. So that's what I'm going to do with these because I have enough of them to be making. So if you look at that, that's really cool. You know, that's just a really nice, simple, and this is what they're all going to look like. Just kind of nice and simple, easy. I have a lot of beads, and you guys already know, I done talked about that before. I do not rush out buying a bunch of beads if I already have a lot of beads. When you do that, you'll find yourself with a whole lot of inventory in the sense of, well, not inventory, but supplies that you don't even use. And then you're still buying and buying and buying, but you haven't even used the stuff that you had, you know, bought in the last haul. And I'm like, well, nah, I don't like doing that. I'm a very thrifty person when it comes to my money. I don't like to spend just to spend. And I have like a lot of beads and all kind of stuff all around here. So what I'm going to do is use what I got to create. I did have to buy the agate pieces because I didn't have any of these. So I did have to buy these. And I'm going to use the bigger pieces out of here. So I'm going to use this, only the bigger ones that I got. And it's got to be 6, so it'll be 5. So it'll be, and then maybe the green one. I can do something jazzy with this one because I do have a lot of, well, not a lot, enough. I got some turquoise. I got some green beads. I got some darker brown beads. I got a lot of good stuff I can mix with these. All 4 of these, and I can literally see these pieces already done, like literally. So I am going to, let's see, we can go ahead and add another, go ahead and add another. Oh, you know what? And I do got some holding out on my chips. Look. Holding out on my chips. Knowing I'm getting ready to use all these chips. Holding out on my big chips. And I don't know about you guys, but life has just really been life. And when I say, you know, things have happened and you know, it's a lot of hurt. It's a lot that is going on with a lot of people. And I don't think any of us are excluded, you know, from what's been going on in the world you know, as it relates to the pandemic and a whole lot of other things. And it's affecting us. And if it's not affecting us in one way, it's affecting us in another way. So I just say, you know, stay prayerful, you know, live a life of faith, not a life of fear. And I just believe that faith allows you to continue to live a life, you know, that is full and whole outside of fear. And see, that's pretty already. And I'm trying to stay in the camera, but that's like really pretty already. And see, the thing with that is I want to put charms, and I probably will do that. Or maybe I won't do that because she was asking for simple. And y'all know I ain't simple. So I think this is really nice so far. And I'm going to go ahead and put some more beads on here. And it'll probably be these brown ones. And then I got some other beads that I'll use. And I'm trying to stay inside the camera. I'm going to have to figure out another way to set my, you know, set these cameras up. I messed around and dropped my camera, my Canon camera, and I broke it. The one that I used to take all my pictures. So now I'm going to have to buy a whole nother camera. And I think I paid like 500 and something, you know, for that camera. And one of my friends was saying, well, why don't you take it, you know, like to the shop? And that's nice, right? That's really nice. So she was saying, well, why don't you take it to the shop and, you know, see if they can fix it? And I'm like, yeah, so they can charge me what it would cost to buy a whole new camera. I don't think I want to do that. Let's see. Do I want to use these beads right here? Let's see what these look like. We do want to add a little bit of flair to it, right? Yeah, that's simple. This is exactly what she wants. So it's just enough flair. You know, just enough. So we'll do it like this. Very simple, very easy. And then the agate piece just kind of adds, you know, a nice little look to it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it off with, of course, you already know, I'm going to put some more, another coconut shell, coconut chip. And then I'm going to close it off with the smaller beads. So that's really nice. Very simple, very easy. I like that. I've been awarded this myself, right? And there's something about the agate slices, I mean, that are just gorgeous. Like, just really pretty. It adds a nice little flair, you know, to it. And this is simple enough. Like, this is exactly what she asked for. Something that's just simple, very ethnic, but with the agate slices. And I asked her, I said, well, is there anything on my website or anywhere that you've seen that you, you know, that to give me an idea? And she said, no, just like the agate, you know, slice necklaces that you make, only just they're the people that I'm giving them to are just a little bit more, not into like the gold and the silver. They're more into like the wood beads, you know, ethnic beads, just like that type of thing. And when I look at this is exactly what they look like, because she showed me pictures of them at different events and what they had on. This is exactly, you know, their style and what they look like. So this one is an easy one. Easy, easy, easy. And then what I'm going to do is just do, I'm going to do different color beads on each side. So what I'm going to do is just mix them. I had a lady that contacted me and she said, well, Darlene, I was trying to, I think she said she was doing some of the wire wrapping. And she was like, oh my God, you make it just look so easy. And I had said to her, well, it is easy. And I guess what's easy for me, you know, it's not easy for the next person, especially if it's not something that, you know, they do all the time. And I was just like, wow, you know, that's amazing how something so simple, you know, to one person, you know, is a chore to do for another person. And I was just like, wow, I hope the video helps you to do better at it. And she did. She showed me some pictures, and I mean, she did really, really well. And I was just like, see, and that's all it takes, just a little bit. So this is what this is going to look like, if you can see, just like that. Very simple, very easy necklace. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So we have 11 on that side, so that means we'll put 11 on the other side. Somebody was asking me, why do I use wire instead of like the string or nylon or something for the necklaces? Because it's durable. It lasts longer. Wire won't break unless you're bending it or you cut it. And another thing I like about the wire is you can kind of manipulate it to fit a certain way on your neck. And it's just durable. I have necklaces that I made, oh my God, years ago. And they're still in the same exact shape as when I first made them. 2, let's say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 11 on each side. So we have 11 on this side. Okay, so we have 11 and 11. Okay, so we have 11 and 11. Really nice, easy, simple necklace, right? So what I usually do, now we have our agate piece. We wrapped it. We put our coconut chips. We got our beads on here. So, Darlene, how are you going to close that off? And it's wire. The way that I close it off, let me make sure this part is like it should be. And the way that I close it off is I take the end of the wire like so. And you guys know I pinch. I turn the wire over. Right? I hold it with my fingers and I begin to wrap. It'll be a little messy, but remember, we got it beaded, so it should be okay. And I'm going to do it this much. Lay the wire up. Start working on the other side. Right? Lay the necklace down. Take the end. I'm going to bend it over like so. I'm going to pinch it and begin to wrap that wire around. And wrap the wire around. And you don't have to use all this wire if you don't want to. I just like the way wire looks, so I'm going to do it like that. And then I'm going to pick it up. I want to look at it. I want to make sure it looks like what I want it to look like, and it does. So I'm going to keep wrapping and bring the wire down some. And I like to take it around at least one bead and then bring it back up and unwrap it, and then take it all the way up to the top, like so. And you can see what that looks like so far. And then you got all that wire just kind of hanging all over the place, right? But then you can also see how it would look once I put the lobster clasp. So I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to take the wire. I'm going to bring it down and wrap it at least around one of the beads down here. Take it back up. Oh, let me do this because that seems kind of loose. So that's the thing about wire. You can always unwire and fix whatever it is. And for me, that's loose. You see? So I don't want that loose like that. And this side seems like it's a little loose, and you can see that right there. And I don't want that like that. So I can always just bring it down some. And then take the wire down there and wrap. And then I'm going to take it around the bead at least once. And then bring it back up. And then I want to straighten this part out. And then I'll just bring the wire up around here, because what I'm going to do is clip it. And I always turn that wire up like that. And I turn it up that way because I'm going to clip it, curl the end, and then tuck it. So now I want to clip the end. I'm going to take my round nose, turn it in, and I turn it in that way so nothing is pointing or sticking or anything like that. So if it does come out, oops, it's not sticking or pointing. So then I want to take it and then use these pliers to just stick it right in. So that's that side. And then we want to do this side. So we want to turn that wire up. We want to clip it. About yay. Take our pliers, turn it, because we want to close that wire off. And then we want to take these pliers. And we want to turn it inward and tuck it. And that's how we close it off. So I usually like to take my little pliers and round it off, you know, nice and round like so. And I'll take the other, do the other side, kind of round it off like so. And so what will happen is I'm going to put jump rings on both ends. Let's see, I think it's on this side. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take jump rings. I think I had it on this side. Let's see. Okay. So that's that. And I'll take the jump rings. And I like the double jump rings, so I'm going to double it. I'm going to put 2 jump rings on this side, 2 jump rings on this side. And I'm going to put the lobster clasp on it. And then that'll finish this one off. So each one of them that I make, they're going to be pretty much in this style, like this. And let me see, do I got a jump ring around? Let me do this real quick. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And I'm sure this will be exactly what she wants. And it is. It's very simple. It's very ethnic. We add a little bit of flair with those two beads, those two hand-painted beads from one of the other artists on our Facebook page. So then we did. Very simple, very easy. Just a really nice piece. I mean, just really nice, very elegant. And I can see from the pictures that the young lady sent me, the way that the people dress, it's like these would be perfect match for what they wear. So with these other ones that I'm going to use, I have some more of the big brown beads that I'm going to use, which would be these right here. Then I have some other, I have these. I'm going to use these coconut shells to go with this agate slice. And then I might even mix it with like maybe some of the brown ones. I'll see with this one. And then the black one, of course, I have like, well, it's not really black. It's like a smoky, I guess maybe smoky gray or black or something. But I do have some really nice beads to go with this one. With this one, I might even add, I have these big beads right here. So I'll either use these with wood beads, or this bead right here with some wood beads. It just depends as I begin to make them to see what they look like. There are times like when I'm making, jewelry, as like with any of you, you got to take it apart, because I might have had this whole thing put together and then I have to unbead it, because I'll look at it and I'm like, that just don't match well. I just don't like the way that looks. And, sometimes that happens, but not too often, but it does happen because you'll put it together. And a lot of times I can see a piece in my mind before I even create the piece. And no sooner than the young lady was telling me what she wanted, I pretty much already knew when she was saying like the agate slices, just wood beads, something not too flashy, just kind of ethnic. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I got you pretty much. But even while I'm looking at this necklace, I myself want to put charms dangling, like from here, just to give it more of, make it more vibrant, make it stand out even more. But I like that. But that's not what she asked for. She asked for simple, she asked for ethnic. And, I think this is simple and I think it's ethnic. Based on photos and stuff that I have seen of her clients. So I'm thinking they'll do really well. So I'm going to do 5 more with the agate slices, and I will take a picture of all of them. I might even do a video for each one that I create. And in fact, I think I will do that. As I create them, I will do the videos for each one of them. And then that way, you can get a look-see, what they look like and stuff. But anyway, Darlene Knight for Jewelry by BDK. And I keep telling myself I need to get back into making the videos. Life is kind of realigning itself at current. So I am going to kind of get back into the habit of my regular flow of things. So with a lot of personal stuff going on with my family, my brother passing, and some other people passing, and just different stuff that requires your attention. You can't be sitting around making jewelry. That's just not, it's not sensible, because other things demand your time, and that's okay. That's just life being life. And life will, yell out real loud to you, hey, I'm life. I need something right now. And that's okay. That's what life is. We grow, we get stronger, we get better, and we keep moving. Just don't forsake that creative energy and talent that God has given you. Take your break when you need to take your break. Do what you got to do, and then realign yourself, and then keep the line moving, as I always elect to do. Okay, so this is one of the necklaces. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Simple enough? Is it ethnic enough? Is it? I love this. I like it. I think it's very simple, really nice and simple. And I could even see it worn with a real pretty black dress, or even a dress that's the color of these beads, nice brown, nice nude. Oh yeah, I can see it. And then what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call her and ask her, did she want some earrings too, or did she just want the necklaces, and then see what she says. But anyway, I'm gonna get busy. Uh, First video of many, back into the groove of things, and guess what? We'll talk soon. And if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I don't know why you haven't. Oh, and then another thing I was going to tell you guys, check this out. I actually got in the cement that I use for the leather and suede jewelry. So look at the can. It's all bent up, and I thought to myself, people just don't care, when they're shipping stuff out. And I know it didn't happen during shipping because they wrapped this thing, I know, in like six the cushion bubble bags, about six of the bubble bags. So I said, okay, they must have put this in the envelopes like this, but that's okay as long as the cement is not, damaged. But then the thing is, I'm still looking for leather scraps. So I'm off from my regular job all this week. So I found a place out south from where I am. So I'm going to go out there and see if their leather and suede is what I can use. And if it's not, I'm still going to have to be trying to find it, because I do plan to be making the leather and suede jewelry. So again, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And for those of you who are new subscribers, thank you for joining our little community. Thank you for communicating and sharing your thoughts, your ideas, your resources for websites where we can find beads and all that good stuff. And don't forget, we're on Facebook at Jewelry by BDK Facebook page. A really cool group of people over there in that group, and very supportive and all that good stuff. All right. So guess what? We'll talk soon.